Dawn on the forest floor of southern Australia, a world of red soil, fallen leaves, and an ancient hunter waking to the light. From a narrow opening in the ground, a single bulldog ant emerges, Myrmecia, a relic of a more primitive age. This is a day in the life of a solitary hunter. No chemical highways, no crowded trails, just one ant and its eyes. Bulldog ants see the world with exceptional clarity. Their large compound eyes scan for motion, light, and the faintest sign of prey. But vision is only part of their sensory arsenal. Antennae sample the air and substrate for subtle chemical and vibrational clues. Our hunter leaves the safety of the nest behind, navigating by landmarks and memory rather than pheromone trails. The design you see is ancient. The Myrmecia lineage diverged early in ant evolution and has changed little since. As the sun climbs, temperature becomes both ally and threat. Activity peaks in the cooler hours at the edge of the day. A faint disturbance. The antennae lock on, the body tenses. Somewhere ahead, another life has made a mistake. A small beetle, perfectly adapted to its own world, but unprepared for a predator that hunts with sight and speed. Unlike many ants, Myrmecia do not rush blindly. They assess, circle, and look for an opening. Then, with a sudden acceleration, the mandibles lock on, a mechanical grip backed by pure leverage. The stinger follows, barbless, precise, and capable of delivering multiple injections of venom in rapid succession. For small invertebrates, this cocktail is efficient and decisive, disrupting nerve and muscle function within moments. The prey is subdued, but the work is not over. Now begins the task of transporting it back through a complex three-dimensional world. Despite their solitary hunting, bulldog ants still share resources with their nest. Cooperation is simple but effective. In the heat of midday, activity slows. Time is spent on maintenance, cleaning sensory organs, repairing the tiny damage of constant contact with the world. On exposed soil, body temperature must be managed carefully. Even a few degrees too much can mean failure on the next hunt. The bulldog ant is not the only hunter here. Spiders, wasps, and birds all see opportunity in a distracted worker. A brief standoff, venom against venom, speed against speed. Most of the time, neither side can afford a serious injury. Here, survival favors caution. Both hunter and would-be predator choose to disengage, each living to search for less risky targets. For a species that hunts alone, finding the way back is critical. Myrmecia rely on visual landmarks and path integration to stitch a mental map of their world. Not every foraging trip ends in a dramatic hunt. Nectar, seeds, and carrion all contribute to the nutrition of the colony. But in modern Australia, another large presence has entered the bulldog ant's world, ours. A careless step near the nest triggers an immediate response. To the ants, a boot is just another massive disturbance to neutralize. A single worker races up the rough surface, broadcasting through body language alone that this territory is not undefended. For most humans, a bulldog ant sting is intensely painful but temporary, burning, swelling, and throbbing that can last hours to days. For a small fraction of people, however, the venom can trigger a severe allergic reaction. Anaphylaxis is a medical emergency, not a myth. For the ant, the encounter is brief. The disturbance fades, and the routines of foraging and patrol resume. As light softens toward evening, the forest floor becomes a world of edges and contrasts, perfect for a visual hunter. One last opportunity, larger prey this time, more risk, but more reward for the colony below. With the catch secured, our hunter disappears below the surface, into a labyrinth of tunnels and brood chambers. Inside, larvae, workers, and the queen form a simple but effective society, primitive compared to many ants, yet perfectly tuned to this environment. Above ground, the forest cools and darkens. Other nocturnal hunters take over the shift. Our protagonist waits below. For tens of millions of years, this strategy has worked. Simple, direct, and brutally efficient. Small, but far from insignificant. The bulldog ant reminds us that evolution does not always favor softness or subtlety. Sometimes it favors raw precision.